So advertising is journalism for late people.
Hello, Chris Taylor here for B&T TV. I'm only really wanting to interview the dog today. I don't know who you guys are or why you're here. This is just meant to be a man and dog interview. One of the B&T dogs who occasionally, as he want to do, will join us for this interview. And I'm lucky to be joined on the couch by two of the guns from Dentsu. I've got the CEO, Kirsty Muddle, and Chief Creative Officer, newly joined, I understand, Chief Creative Officer Ben Coulson. I'm feeling very daggy here. You're like the two coolest people. You just dress effortlessly, dogs naturally come to you. Is this life at Dentsu? Is it one long country road catalogue?
Sure. There's a bit of wardrobe briefing at our place.
That's right.
We can do complimentary and clashing linens.
Yeah. No, I'm loving it. It's great.
We have to do a bit of texting.
Often don't get the opportunity to brush my hair.
Really?
It's standard, yeah.
But yeah, it's effortlessly cool. Now, Kirsty,
yes.
Is it true when you were younger, growing up as a young girl, you wanted to be a spy?
I don't think I always dreamt of being a spy, but when I went to university in the UK, and there was an ad in a newspaper that was for MI5.
You can't advertise for spies, isn't that against the whole brief? Isn't it meant to be a sort of code?
And I went into the interview process,
which
was interesting. Yeah, and I thought it was. I mean, spies are often an interesting. It's because of the media. They're painted as being an interesting job, right?
But I think the reality is it's just pushing paper.
Well, someone told me that the reality of working there is sitting at a desk eating donuts all day. So I didn't get through. Otherwise, I'd probably be there.
Yeah. Now, Ben, obviously no spy ambitions, I assume, or not that you'll tell us about. Did you always want to be a gardener and it didn't work out? How did you fall into
advertising? The tram was late for my journalism exam. No. So I had 45 minutes of a 3-hour journalism exam at RMIT and walked out of it going, I'm totally duffed that. What's that over there? And it was the advertising design course.
At one of the best universities in the country. Yeah. Amazing.
So your story was a much better sell for you. You just said, I was too dumb and late to get into journalism. So this was my fallback option.
So advertising is journalism for late people.
And what brought you to Dentsu?
What brought me to Dentsu? It's always about people and who you get along with.
You missed the tram to another agency.
Yeah, exactly. It's about people and who you get on well with and who you think you're going to have a great chapter with. And in talking to Kirsty, I've backed in some of the folk that are there. Some people I've worked with before and some people I haven't. I'm really excited to work with a few of the people I haven't worked with before, but I've totally had my arse handed to me in pictures by a couple of them. So
already,
in previous lives.
Looking ahead to 2024, are you nervous? Are you excited? What's
definitely nervous. Yeah. And if you're not,
and that's appropriate.
Yeah, it's a necessary part of doing what we do. That you're meant to be slightly shit scared of what's ahead because we do things that aren't done before. So definitely nervous. Economic conditions, some other things like that. I'd actually find
any projects you can tell us about that you're excited about.
Yeah. Actually, got this one thing happening up in Brisbane. It's called the Olympics.
Never take off.
No, there was something cooking up already. Even in the first week, we were cooking up a really interesting idea up there that relates to the great progress that's happening in Brizzy. So yes, economic headwinds, other things like that, but we do have a function in that. There's a lot of bad news around. Why it's important for brands to turn up and be entertaining, to have a bit of a role in people's lives. Maybe a bit of less so serious mightn't be a bad thing for next year, while everyone's hurting. And
I love that you're sitting on the edge of your seat and you're not overconfident about 2024. But I'm really excited about next year. We've got a little bit of momentum in the group at the moment in terms of winning, and I can see evidence of some great work, and culture is people are feeling good to some extent. I've got a great team, and I think next year is the next
My
next year.
nervousness is 'cause
Next year's going to be good. Yeah.
My nervousness is I told you guys that, hey, we're going to do some great work.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to do it.
No,
Yeah,
that's
right.
right.
It's going to be
It's that simple.
It's been a pleasure chatting. I feel cooler to sitting next to you. It's really nice to talk to humble people from the industry. Thank you very much for joining us here
Thanks,
on
Chris.
BNT TV.